Welcome to Math 800 Pre-Algebra. I am your instructor, Sarah Van Asten. I'd like to first welcome you to the class and run you through a few details. At this point, you've gone to Content and clicked on the Welcome video. At that point, the syllabus and the course calendar should become available to you. Make sure you read the syllabus. There is much important information here. It's basically all of my policies and procedures, as well as the determination of how I will grade you and what you all need to do to pass this class. Please notice that to pass this class, you need a minimum of 75% to get a C. Once you've read through the syllabus, 3 other documents will become available. More information about proctored exams, more information about submitting chapter quizzes, and more information about submitting worksheets. Make sure you read all of this over, and then do your syllabus quiz. Go to Assessments and Quizzes, and the syllabus quiz. You are welcome to have the syllabus open while you're taking this quiz. The point of the quiz is to make sure that you thoroughly read the syllabus. You'll have 2 tries at this. I'll grade the first attempt this Sunday and the second attempt next Sunday. Once you've gone through the syllabus, then you should open the course calendar, and I would highly recommend printing this off and putting it somewhere to keep track of your progress. You'll notice the first week is a little different. That's because the first week is a review for arithmetic. Some of you will need a lot of review, and some of you won't need any review at all. But what you should do first is do the Chapter R quiz. You will print it off, do it, and submit, and then I will grade it and give you feedback about what things you need to review. Keep in mind that we do not use a calculator in this class, so you will have to be able to do this arithmetic by hand. Don't panic. I have reviews and some review homework to help you with that. Then, once you finish the Chapter R quiz and any review material I recommend, you can get started with our regular semester. You'll notice, for example, in week 2, we're doing 3 sections. In general, we do 3 sections a week, and we have 2 exams. We'll talk more about the exams as they get closer. And again, make sure to read that document about proctored exams under the course materials. You'll notice that I don't have specific due dates. Instead, what I have is a due date range from Thursday to Saturday of the week assigned. So for example, week 2, we're doing sections 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. And what you have to do for those are 3 worksheets and the online homework. They are due sometime this week by 11:59 p.m. Saturday at the very latest. I highly recommend using Thursday at midnight as your deadline. That way, that gives you all day Friday and Saturday to get help if you need it, to work out any technical difficulties, or to just ask questions or spend more time if it turned out that it takes you longer than you think. Obviously, the early material we'll cover will be fairly easy, but later on, the material is going to get difficult, and you might not be able to finish it all in a few hours. I should note that this is a 3-credit class, so you are expected to spend anywhere from 6 to 9 hours outside of a regular class, and since we don't actually meet, that means you should be spending 9 to 12 hours a week on this class. So if you're unhappy with your performance, the first place I would ask, or first place to look, is how much time you're spending on this class. Plan on spending anywhere from 9 to 12 hours a week on this class. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is that Chapter R quiz. Go back to the table of contents under Materials and click on Chapter Quizzes. Click on Chapter Quiz R, print this off and complete it. Make sure to show me all your work on the quiz. Oh, I know it says Chapter Quiz 0, just ignore that. Do all the work on the quiz. I'm always more interested in how you get the answer than the answer itself. In fact, I really don't care that much about the answer. What I care about is your process, how you arrived at the answer. Do put your answer in the box. It makes it easier for me to keep track of everything, but also show all of your work. Once you've taken this, you need to get a digital copy of it. There are several ways to do that, but the easiest are to either scan it or take a photo of it. Some cell phones are capable of taking high-quality pictures, but if you're going to use your cell phone, make sure you have your cell phone directly over the paper and that it is parallel to the paper. If there's any angle to it, it distorts the words and makes it very hard to read. Once you have your digital copy, you're going to go to Assessments and Dropbox. Quizzes are always submitted via the Dropbox because that's private. Only you and I can see these documents. You'll click on the quiz that you want to submit, click Add a File, and then Upload and select any file. And you can select more than one file, so if you have several image files, if you have an image file for each page, you can upload each image file. And then hit Done, and then hit Submit. I will accept image files and PDF files. PDF files are easier for me to grade. The files themselves, not that the grading is easy, but my computer handles PDF files better than it handles image files. So PDF files are quicker for me to grade, and therefore you will get your feedback faster. I can grade image files, it's just a little more challenging and a little more difficult for me, so they take a little longer and your feedback won't come quite as quick. Now please notice I'm not actually having to wait. When you hit submit, you might have to wait a while. Wait for it. In this case, the error came in with my email, and that's a separate issue. That has nothing to do with you. Then click done, and you are done. You have to hit done several times, and you have to hit submit several times, and you always want to double check to make sure that you have your submissions. So if you want to double check, click on the number under your submissions, and as you can see, I've done this several times. But click on it to make sure it has submitted correctly. The only quiz I will give you multiple tries to submit on is the chapter quiz R. So you can, if you screw up your submission or if it's not right, I'll let you know. But once we get past that one, the sample one, the rest of these, if they're not right, there's nothing you can do about it. You have to have it submitted correctly. You are responsible for making sure everything is submitted correctly. Once you've submitted the chapter quiz, then I will grade it, and I'll let you know if there's anything I think you need to review. Again, go back to Materials and Content. Under Resources and Reviews, you'll see there's reviews for the different arithmetic areas. I'll let you know which ones I think you need to do. Once you've done that, you can get started with our regular course material. So for example, our first worksheet is worksheet 1.1, and our first online homework is also for section 1.1. Go back to Table of Contents, Worksheets. Here is the worksheet. Print it off and complete it. Sometimes you'll be able to complete it on your own, but most of the time you'll need help. There are several ways to get help, but the two best ones are the videos I have created and posted for you here. I have a video for each section, and your ebook, which is available through MyMathLab. We'll talk about that in a minute. Once you've finished the worksheet, check on the key to see if you got everything right. And then this is your first opportunity to know if you have any mistakes and to ask questions. You need to check to make sure it's correct, because when you submit the worksheets, I'm only looking to see that you did it. I'm not looking to see if it's right or wrong. So it's up to you to check to make sure that you got all the questions right, and if not, to ask questions. Once you've filled out the worksheet, then you just need to submit it. Worksheets are submitted through the discussion board. This is not private. This is public to everyone in the class, which is okay, because remember, you already know what the answers are before you're submitting it, so you don't have to worry about looking stupid or having wrong answers. When you submit it, go to Compose, type in actually 1.1 and your name, and then add a file. And again, image or PDF files, whatever works for you. Done. And here's another awesome thing about this. Add any questions. So say you did the worksheet but you were a little confused. So number 13, number 14, didn't get the same answer. Where did the negative come from? And number 25, I got the right answer, but I did it differently. Is that okay? And then post it. And I can look at this, but so can everyone else. So you're welcome to check to see if they had any questions, and anyone is welcome to answer questions here. You can also ask just other questions. So for example, say you can't do the worksheet and you have a question, like here, I am so confused on place value. You can also just post general questions here. So that is how you will submit worksheets. Once you're done with the worksheet, then you want to go on to the online homework, and that's through MyMathLab. So we'll take a quick moment to talk about MyMathLab. In the very beginning, you'll have to register, and obviously you're a student. You will need two things. You'll need a course ID and an access code. To get to the course ID, go to Content again and Syllabus, and the course ID is right here. So just type that in. And then if you already have a Pearson account, log in. If not, create one. You will need that access code, which you should have purchased either from the bookstore or you can purchase directly from Pearson. I already have an account, so I will sign in. Find our class. And here's where you'll do your homework, or those OHs, online homework. If you've never used this program before, please run the browser check first, just to make sure you have all the updated plugins. And then homework is the most important thing. I have review homework, so if you, depending on how you do in the chapter quiz R, I might recommend doing some of these. Otherwise, just select the homework you need to do. Notice there are some videos, PowerPoints, reviews. These are media exercises. They do affect your grade a little bit. They're worth 1 point each. All you technically have to do is to click on it to get that 1 point. Oh, there's an error there. And then here are the actual problems. Now these are each worth 10 points. This is really the chunk of this grade. Notice I already did 3 of them. What's nice about this is you can save and come back. So let's start on question 4. The other nice thing about the online homework is they have all these help features. You can get back to all those videos I mentioned. They also have specific examples to help you with this problem. There's Help Me Solve This, which kind of walks you through the problem, or view an example. There's also a video for this problem, which we don't have time for that. Or you can get to your e-text, which we'll talk about more in a second, or you can email me directly from the problem. Within the problem, you have 2 or 3 tries depending. If it's a multiple choice, you have 2 tries. If it's a fill in the blank, let's see here. Well, if it's fill in a blank, you have 3 tries. Let's get this one wrong. Let's see here. Let's try that one. Now notice it has a red X. That doesn't mean you're done. It says similar exercise. So click on similar exercise and try again. Oops. I'm not actually reading this. Oops, that can't be it. I got it right. Now notice, it went from a red X to a checked. Now this one had a red X. That's because I clicked away from it. I opened it without doing it. That's okay. You can always come back, save it. Notice there's that red X. Just go back in, get it right. The 0 is in the millions place. There we go. So you can always come back in. Even if you get it wrong several times, just click that similar exercise and you can do it again. There are some other things in MyMathLab. Oh, sorry, quick note. To get full credit for this, you need 85%. That's it. Once you get the 85%, you get full credit, so you don't need to get anything beyond that. If you want to strive for that 100%, I would highly encourage it, but remember you have to view all the videos to get that 100%. There are other features in here. Some of them are not as important. For example, the quizzes and tests. I have nothing to do with this. You're welcome to do them, but I did not write them and I do not check them. Study plan is another tool that can be very helpful. Again, I don't check it. Click here, view all chapters, and then say you wanted help with chapter 4, section 4.2. You can get some extra help here. But quizzes and tests and study plan, I don't look at. The other really helpful thing would be the chapter contents. This is how you get to your ebook. Just scroll into the chapter you want, the section you want, and then your multimedia e-text, and that will open up the ebook. It can take a minute, so we'll come back to that. And the other great thing is this Multimedia Library. What's nice here is, again, you can click on your chapter and your section, and then maybe look for animations. You want to look at the textbook, and you want any section video lectures. And then it lets you know what's available. Or if you want to find everything, it shows you everything that's possibly available for that section. That's a very quick run through of this class. So again, the first thing you need to do is go to this chapter quiz and do chapter quiz R. And again, that's serving 2 purposes. It's checking your arithmetic and it's checking to make sure you know how to submit the chapter quizzes. Then I'll let you know if there's any material you need to review. Once you finish the review material, you can get started with a regular material. So in week 2, you want to do 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. You want to do the worksheets for those, check the keys, submit them via the discussion board. If you need help, watch the videos that go with them, or here's that ebook I mentioned. Look at the ebook. Once you've submitted them, then go and do the homework in MyMathLab, and then you'll just slowly work through the course. You have to stick with my calendar. You're welcome to work ahead a little bit. I think right now I am set up to week 6 we are prepared for, so you can work a little bit ahead, but you cannot get behind. Again, the absolute last time to submit anything is 11:59 p.m. on Saturday of the week it is assigned. I will not accept it late for any reason whatsoever. Even if your internet goes down, you lose power, someone died, it doesn't matter. I will not accept it late for any reason. The deadline is Thursday to Saturday. You need to get it done. If you have any questions, please contact me. My contact information is in the syllabus, as well as being available on our main page, which for some reason is not loading right now. Of course not. If you have any questions, contact me. Email is the best bet. I always respond to email within 1 business day. If you do not get a response within 1 business day, please call me. My phone number is, so here's my email address, here's my phone number. You're also welcome to come into office hours. I have face-to-face office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and online office hours Wednesdays. Basically what that means is from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. I'm logged into my email into D2L, so you can email me and you'll get an immediate response, or you can send me a page, or you can post in the discussion board and you'll get an immediate response between 8:30 and 9:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. Otherwise, all emails will be answered within 1 business day. Good luck, and I look forward to working with you throughout the semester.